This is a test question because it's asking you to do a couple of things and it kind of wraps up all of 4.1 and 4.2. First of all, f plus g. Now you can do it two different ways. When you've got f of x, you got this -1 right here. That -1 means that you've got -1 for what? X. So -1 for x is right here. -1 for x, what is y on the blue line? 6. And that's y for the blue line, which is f of x. And what's y on the red line, which is g of x? 1, no, it's not, it's on the red line. That'd be negative what? -1. So -1 here. And what are you supposed to do with those two? What are you supposed to do with them? Add them together. So this would be f plus g. So 6 plus a -1 is what?
5.
That doesn't sound right. Did y'all hear that?
Yeah, somebody run it.
Okay, it's a bunch of goofballs running down the stairwell. All right, 5. So that should be 5. So you would type in A is equal to 5. Capiche? All right, so let's do B. B is f of f composed of g. So that would be, well, let's, f composed of g. F composed of g means that you're going to do f composed of g of x. So that means that whatever x is in, so f of x, and you're talking about 1, now you're still right here. And what is y? F of 1, that's 4. And what is y down here? -3. And you're going to compose 4 and -3. So let's go ahead and do the first one. The first one is, we said -5.
Yeah.
So that would be 5. So what would you do on composition? You're multiplying, but let's go ahead and look. That would be multiplying. So that'd be 5. And then f composed of g. Now you don't have a function. So I don't think -12. -12? No. F composed of g is not multiplication. I'm going to have to see how they're doing that, because I'm going to be honest with you. Since they don't give us, that's a good question, whoever sent it. There it is. Is that B? Is that B? There's B. Okay, we found our, what was ours? I'm just looking to see what they're actually doing.
Yeah, it was 4 and -.
So g of -6 is 5. We did that. We got our two numbers. Oh, that's confusing. So what is -6? Gosh, that's a pain in the butt. All right, so they're saying, what is f of 1? F of 1 is what? 4. How they're getting it opposed to g there. Because f divided by g, f plus g, f times g, f minus g, all those are just self-explanatory. But if you take f composed of g, that means that you're plugging in g for f. So whatever your x is, so it would be -3. Should be -3. because that's what you're getting. I don't know if I'm right or not, because I've never seen the composition of these guys. Nope. So I have no idea how to do it. So correct answer is 8. Only thing I think they're doing is they can't be adding. I'll have to get back with you on this one. But I know it's not a test question. I don't know. I know how to do F divided by G. F divided by G. Let's go ahead and do that one because that's what I tested on. Let's do F divided by G. So what is F of -3? I'm not going to lie to you. I don't know how to do that composition. Not without the formula.
It's about 9.
Okay, F of -3 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So F of -3, so we're going to put F of -3 is 8. And what is G of -3? G of -3 is what? 1. So what is 8 divided by 1? 8. We're going to have to backtrack on B and D because I really don't know what they're doing. That will be 8. Now I'll go ahead and tell you, I'm going to test you on addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division with a graph. Okay? So A and C, I will test you on. I will not test you on composition because, hell, I didn't even know they had those on there. I didn't even know they have composition of a graph. So I'm going to have to backtrack and see how they actually doing it because I'll be honest with you, I haven't seen that question before. I'm going to go back to find -6, use the definition. Okay, I did that. So that means because F composed of G of -6 means that F of G of -6, then I'd have to look up -6, and -6 would be -6. What would -6 be? 5? Be +5. That's what they're doing. That's got to be what they're doing. Yeah. So if I plug in 1, then I've got to do G of 1, and G of 1, I got negative what? 3. So I'm not doing something right.
I think it's when you pick for G, -3.
I plug that back in.
Yeah.
Okay, well then that would make sense. So I've never done this with a graph before. So F of G of X, everybody with me? So that means whatever I get for F of X, so G of X, whatever I get for G of X, so G of what? Negative, what, G of 1?
Yep, it's -3.
So G of 1 is -3. G of 1 equals -3. So now I'm going to take that -3 and I'm going to say F of -3. This is not something I would test you on. -3 would be 8. So you plug in -3 into G of X. Everybody with me? Or 1. You plug in 1. I'm trying to do this and show you how they're doing it. You plug in 1 for G of X. And then you take that number, which is -3, and that should give you 8. Now, if you did it the other way, G of F of 4, and I'm going to do that in blue, G of F of X then that's going to be G f of 4. So that means I'm going to plug in 4 right here. No, f of 4. So that means I'm going to go right here and then take f of 4, which f of 4 is what? 1? That's going to give me 1, and I'm going to take 1 and plug that in to g of x, and 1 will give us negative 1. 1?
Yes.
1 will give us negative 3, which will give us negative 3. Is that the answer? Okay, I figured it out, but I will not test you. I will test you on F composed of G and G composed of F, how I showed you. I'm not going to show you that because that's the first time I've ever seen a question where you did F composed of G and G composed of F on a graph. So, and I'm including my teaching years and my Clemson years. I've never seen that before. So I apologize for being kind of out of it there. I've never seen it. So who sent that one?
I did.
Well, you had a reason to send it because has any of y'all seen one like that with B and D? Has anyone ever seen one like that before?
I've never heard of it.
No, I haven't.
Okay, Jake, have you ever seen one like that? Or are you texting somebody or what? Are you watching porn or what? He don't even know.
As
what
you know.
All right. As far as a test question, the first two, A and C, are test questions. I would not ask you to do B and D on a test. I would ask you to do it algebraically, which hopefully I taught y'all that. Phew. Thanks for that one. That one was really challenging. All right, let's do a nerd. We're going backwards. So 3.4, number 3. 3.4, number 3. All right, write the equation of the quadratic functions whose graph parabola. Okay, this is a test question. So go ahead and start. I'm going to blow it up for some of y'all that sit in the back of the room. There you go. All right, go ahead and start with this one. Which one are you going to start with?
Oh, that is
0.6.
Yeah, you might as well quit on this one, shouldn't you?
Yeah, it's a fraction.
Yeah, and y'all can't read a tape measure, so you might as well not even try this one.
No, I'm not.
So,
0.6.
y is equal to ax squared plus bx plus c. When you read this, that means I'm going to put it in the form of a quadratic equation.
Shit, I remember that.
Oh, you just now remember that?
No, I mean, I already wrote that down. I'm
Okay.
getting smarter.
Okay, now, imagine seeing a question you ain't never seen before. All right, take 0 and 6, plug and chug. 6 is equal to A0 squared plus B0, of course those go out, plus C, and C is equal to 6. You're going to take that and you're going to plug that in over here. C is equal to 6. Capiche? Now I'm going to mark through that y-intercept, and now I've got what? I've got those two guys. This is x, this is y, x and what? Plug and chug with what? C, and you'll get two equations, two unknowns. Go to it. Or you can just sit there and text or watch movies on your computer. Right, Jake?
Of course.
What are you watching? At least tell us what you're watching.
I can't.
Okay.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm doing math.
That pisses me off more than you not paying attention in class.
What does?
Ought to make it due at the end of class. I can. I'll do that to Jake. His homework and test will be due at 10:15. He's not even listening.
I heard you.
Is that an Alabama hat?
Dude.
The Braves.
Atlanta Braves, man.
Have they blown it yet?
Baseball team.
Have they what?
Have they blown it yet? They always blow it each year. Did they blow it?
It's a World Series.
Of course.
A while ago. I'd say
Oh, they did?
a week or so ago, we got our ass kicked. It's like 10-0 in the top of the first. Oh my God.
Who was that?
It is bad.
Was that from Pendleton?
Yeah.
No. Don't tell him.
Somebody gonna beat the hell out of them. Those girls up there gonna beat the hell out
You
of them.
keep telling him I'm talking.
All right, so here we go. Y is 39/4 is equal to A 5 squared plus B times what? 5 plus what? 6. The other one is 104/5 A -8 squared plus B -8 plus 6. Whatever. Let me try this. Ungroup. I didn't figure out how to do it. I just figured it out. I need training. Oh my gosh, how did I do that?
Oh, gosh. Oh,
Oh, circles.
they're all individual things.
I'm doing training right now, guys. Just give me a second.
Take your time.
Yeah, I'm sure y'all are. Oh my gosh, I figured out how to do it.
Oh my God.
All right, so here we go. 39/4 is equal to 25A plus 5B plus 6. 104/5 is equal to 64A minus 8B plus 6. Okay, so we're going to change this into 24/4 and change this into what? 30/5 and take that over and take that over. And somebody tell me what 39 minus 24 is.
15.
15/4 is equal to 25A plus 5B. And somebody tell me what 104 minus 30 is. 74? 74/5 equals 64A minus 8B. Which ones am I going to focus on? A or B? I can't hear you. B, because you have opposite what? Signs.
Yeah.
So I'm going to multiply the top. Let's see, 49 and the bottom by 5. Y'all check me. No.
Exactly.
No. Top times 8. Y'all ready to quit?
Yeah. Bless you. Bless you. Thank you.
Let's see if I can. No, I want to do the whole thing this time.
Cancer.
What?
I said, what on earth is causing that?
What do you say? I don't know.
Okay, so what is 8 times 15? 120? Or you can take 8 and divide it into 4, and that'll be what? 2 times 15 is 30? Somebody check me.
That's right.
So that's going to be 30 is equal to, what's 8 quarters?
Two.
$2. Plus 40B. 5 times 74, 370. Somebody check me, please. Or you can cancel out the 5s and you'll get what? 74, Hubert. Equals 64A minus what? 40B. And what happens to the 40Bs?
Cancels. You get rid of it.
Good job. And 104 is equal to 264A divided by 264, divided by 264. A is equal to 52 over 132, 26 over 76. Somebody check me. No, 66.
Yeah, that's about
13 over 33.
Yes.
So A is equal to 13 over 33. C is equal to 6. So now we got to find B. So B, I'm just going to plug it back into one of them. I really don't care which one I plug it into. I'm going to plug it into this one. 15/4 is equal to 25 times 13 over 33 plus 5B. 15 over 4 is equal to, okay, 25 times 10 is 250 plus 75. 250 plus 75 is 325. Somebody check me. 325 over 33 plus 5B. 25 times 13. Is it 325?
Yep.
Okay, so now I'm going to get a common denominator. Common denominator of 33 and 4. 34 and 33 is 2, 2, 33, 2, 1, 33, and then 33, which would be 4 times 33, is 132.
Yep.
So I'm going to change this, 132, 132, 4 will go into 132, 33 times. 33 times 50 is 330. Oh gosh, I don't even know. Let's see, 33 times 50, 33 is 330. 330. 330 and 115. Right? No. What is it? What's 33 times 15? I can't do it in my head right now. I'm sorry, what?
495.
495. And then 33 will go in 4 times. Somebody give me 4 times 325. 4 times 325. 1300? 1300. So subtract. What's 495 minus 1300? Negative 805. Negative 805 divided by 132 is equal to 5B. divide by 5 over 1, multiply by 1/5. So divide 805, that's 1, 6, 1. What's 805 divided by 5? Okay, so that's going to be negative 161 over 132. So B is equal to negative 161 over, and if you can, I don't know if you can reduce it or not, 132. Can it be reduced? Okay, so I'm just going to write it. I have no idea. I will say that last one looks a little bit strange, but I would say that we've got, well, we also starting with 13 over 33, x squared plus or minus, that's going to be a minus, minus 161, 132x plus 6 equals f of x. I'm going to tell you, that's a rough one. If you can do that one, you can do pretty much anything I give you on the test as far as quadratics. Let's see what the answer is, see if I got it right. That B bothers me. I know that 3 is not the right answer. I'm just typing in 3. Yep. I knew. We got something wrong somewhere. So, did somebody see an error?
Oh,
Yes or no?
I mean, not really, but I see how they got the answer halfway.
Well, let me check and let me go over it again. Let's do it one more time. Let's see. Y is 6 equal to ax squared plus bx plus c. That goes out, c is equal to 6. So I must have had an error on the first get-go. So let's try it again. 39 fourths is equal to ax squared plus bx plus 6. And 104 over 5 is equal to a times negative 8 squared plus b times negative 8 plus 6. So that's going to give me 39 fourths is equal to 25 a squared, a 25a plus 6 plus 5b, plus 6. So I'm going to minus 24 over 6, right, over 4. What's 24 divided by 4?
6.
And what's 39 minus 24? 15, was that what we got before? Is equal to 25a plus 5b. Okay? 104 over 5 is equal to 64a minus 8b, and we're going to change this to 30 over 5 minus 30 over 5 is 74 over 5. Correct?
Yeah. This is the same thing we did last time.
Okay, well then I must have something wrong somewhere. All right, write those two down because I'm going to erase the board and we're going to.
Wait, what were we at? Okay.
Somebody check my math. Make sure I'm not messing up. For those of you paying attention.
Check out.
All right, so I'm going to erase this over here. And I get 15 over 4 equals 25A plus 5B. And then 74 over 5 is equal to 64A minus 8B. I'm going to multiply the top by 8 and the bottom by 5. Okay, I don't know what I did, but I'm seeing something different. 8 divided by 4 is what? 2 times 15 is? 30 equals 25A plus what? I'm sorry, I didn't do that right. 200A. 200A plus 40B. 5's cancel. 74 is equal to 5 times 64 is going to be 320. Somebody check me. That's not what we had. Minus 40B. Somebody check my math. We had that on the last one?
320.
Yeah. That 320 looks different.
I don't have it. 320 anywhere.
Okay, that's where I went wrong. I knew that 320 didn't look right. I mean, it looked different. All right, so now the 4B's cancel, and 30 plus 74 is 104, is equal to 200 plus 320 is 520, right? And that's going to be 1/4 or something like that. Somebody check me. A divided by 520 divided by 520.
Yeah, it's 1/4.
Is that 1/4? Okay, now what happened? I forgot, and this happens.
Oh wait, no, 1/5.
1/5. 1/5, that's 1/5. I forgot, I think, look at the one we did before. I forgot to multiply the 5 times 64. Somebody check.
That's right.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's where it is. So A is equal to 1/5. Now what told me something was wrong? When I got that 133 over 566, I knew something was not right. So let's go ahead and finish. I'm gonna plug and chug into my original, where is it? That one right there, 25A. I'm gonna plug right in here. So 15/4 is equal to 25 times 1/5 plus 5B, and that gives you 5, right? 25 divided by 5 is 5. So that 5, I'm going to bring it over as minus 25ths, 24ths. What's 15 minus 20?
-5.
Negative 5/4 is equal to 5B divided by 5, divide by 5 over 1, multiply by 1 over 5, I get negative 1/4. And you see that's what you get. So sorry about making that one mistake. And for those of you, write your notes. That's where the mistake was, right here. I forgot to multiply the 5 times 64. Is that a common mistake? Yes. People, forget to do it. That's why you just do it. You got to do it over. Trying to find your mistake is very difficult. Most of the time it's better just to do it over. Question, right, complain on that one. Sorry about the mix-up. I suck.
Oh, you're good.
No, I'm not supposed to make mistakes. I'm a academic god with a little g. I'm not supposed to make mistakes. Okay. Ain't that what academia thinks? Ain't that what y'all think? Is that what they think? Okay, that's number 3, so I can take those out. Did we just do we just did number 3, right?
Yeah.
Number 9. Now, that was a test question, even though I messed it up. Find a power function. This is a calculator question / what question?
Microsoft Excel.
Excel, exactly. I want you to do this on Excel or calculator. And if you didn't pay attention that day, that's not my fault. So I'm going to copy it over, and then I'm just going to show you what the answer is, and that should be it. So copy, insert, and right click, add trend line, and is it a polynomial? I think it said it was a polynomial, didn't it?
Power function at one?
Did it say power?
Power to power function.
Okay, there's the power function, and we're going to add it. And I just do the R squared just so y'all know what that means. If it said power, there's the function. Let me go ahead and highlight that and change it to, and it doesn't change it. I don't know why it does that. There we go. There it is. Now, is that how you should do that question on your test? Yes. Now, somebody tell me what R is. What do you do to get R? Take the square root of both sides. Why do you need that? Well, some of you may be in a statistical class and find R, which is the correlation coefficient, and it's very high, so that means there is a correlation here. So 1.9, let's just see if I can make this small and move this over and move this over. Power function, and it says round to the nearest thousandth in 100,000, so 1.985. I'm trying, hold on. I'm about ready just to quit. 1.985 x raised to the 1.579. Oh my gosh, I got it right.
You feel good about yourself?
Yep. The linear function is y equal to, change it to linear, go back to the Excel spreadsheet, right click, well, format trend line. Are you finished?
My bad. Trying to crumble it up.
I'm like, no, I'm still working on it.
Might want to hand me a piece of paper so I go up to the microphone.
I keep forgetting.
Anyway, change it to a did it say linear? Change it to a linear. Right click, add trend line. Display. Okay, it's supposed to put it in there. Let me do it again. I might have to go and do it. Add trend line. It's not putting it. Let me see if I got to make it bigger. All right, let me delete this one. Okay, now I deleted the whole thing. Great, Hubert. There we go. So go here, insert. You probably can go in and change the format, but I ain't got time to try to figure it out, so I'm just going to do another one. Right click, linear, and add trend line. And there's that function. So is this a difficult question on a test?
No.
No.
I would say so.
You shouldn't. If you miss this one, you don't what?
Listen.
You don't tell anybody.
Don't tell.
Yeah. You need to go watch it. So somebody write that down. 6457 minus 6.6. 6457. 6457. 6457 x plus
minus 6.
minus 6.6. And you feel good about yourself. So especially now, which one fits it better? A, power function fits it better. Now, if you get that wrong, I mean, let me make sure I get it right first. Okay, good. If you get that wrong, then, you know, for those of you, for the 2 or 3 in Pendleton that's paying attention, and for the 1 or 2 in Easley that's paying attention,
Just one.
okay,
It's all 3 of us, dude.
that's an easy. I can tell. Looks like I can tell that a quarter of the Pendleton campus ain't even paying attention to me, and you're not paying attention to me, Jay. That really hurts, man. It really does. It cuts me deep. All right, next. Oh, 3.3. Let's see if that's the same. 3.3, number 25. 3.3, number 25.
It's better.
I'm not gonna look at you, Jake.
Well,
All
the
right.
laptop's closed, and I.
Present
You got
value
my-
that will give a future value S, 3 years and interest compounded annually, varies inversely, okay, as the cube of 1 plus R, where R is annual interest rate. Why don't they just give you the damn formula? Why they gotta do things like this? Anyway, the formula for compound interest is P 1 plus R over N raised to the NT power. But they got to screw it up. So let's go ahead and see what they're doing. The present value that will give you a future value, S, T is equal to 3 years. Interest compounded annually, so that means N is equal to 1. Varies inversely, so that's going to be S over 1 plus R raised to the what? 3rd power is annual interest rate. If the present value is $8,254 and whatever, give a future value of $10,000. What would the present value of 16? So you need to go ahead and plug in, what is the future value? S. So you're going to plug future value in for what? S. So that's going to be 10,000. There should be a K in here somewhere. It should be right here. Inversely, right? K? That should be right. Very inversely has. Okay, I think I've got it set up right. All right, 10,000 and then 8,000 is going to be present value. It's going to be equal to the present value. Now, I guess that's what they're asking. So 10,000 is the future value, so I got to rewrite this. So 10,000 or 8,254.19 is equal to 10,000 divided by K times 1 plus R raised to the 3rd power. Do they give you they don't give you an annual interest rate. Varies inversely. Present value, what would be the present value? Okay, I must be missing something here. They don't give you an interest rate. Okay, K, X to the N, but you got to continue because that's K, okay, S, do I have that? 1 plus, okay, they're not, okay, K, they don't have K in there, so evidently they're calling K S. Okay, I've got everything plugged in. Okay, they want an R. Why don't they just say find R? They're wanting the, okay, so now solve it. Question's not written like I'd want it to be written, but who cares? All right, so multiply both sides by what? 1 plus R to the what? 3rd. 1 plus R to the 3rd. That's going to cancel. And you're left with 1 plus R to the 3rd times 8254.19 is equal to 10,000. Now what?
Now you gotta put that.
Divide by what? Blah, blah, blah. Divide by that. 8254.19. I'm not Rain Man, so somebody take the calculator for those few that are paying attention. 1 plus r to the third is equal to, somebody give me like 4 digits, 4 decimal places.
115.
215. Add, subtract 1. That's going to be 0.2115. And then take the third power of it. So that's going to be 0.2115 raised to the 1/3 power. Put 1/3 in parentheses. And somebody tell me what you get.
0.5958.
0.5958.
Yep.
Back on.
That's a very high rate. You sure you got, take 0.2115 and raise to the 1/3 power.
Did that cube cancel itself?
Did that what?
Did that cube cancel itself?
I heard did that kid cancel.
Them 2 3s right there, that cube.
The cube.
Yeah, these two cancel. This cancels.
Okay.
And then that, whatever you get is R, but that's very high. The present value would be, okay, now it says, what would be the present value of 16,600? So now you would say present value is equal to the current value, which is 16,600 divided by 1, that K does not need to be there. 1 plus, this is going to be 1 plus 0.5958 raised to the third power. 5.5958 raised to the third power. So somebody, oops, that's the whole thing raised to the third power. Somebody crank that out and tell me what you get.
13,702.02.
So 1 plus, get out of the way. 1 plus, well, I don't know, swear, 50.59. And you said you got what?
13,702.02.
0.02. So I guess 59 is correct. The reason I said 59 doesn't look correct is because in compound interest, this is not compound interest. This is some other formula I've never seen before. In compound interest, the rate is not this high. So this is something I haven't seen this formula before. Because all of our business classes uses compound interest. And it's 1 plus, well, y'all seen it before, P times 1 plus R over N raised to the MT power. That's what usually, and you don't get a 59% for R or 60%. You don't get that. And I could be totally wrong. So 13,702.02. Now what tells me that I'm partially right? Because your future value is always going to be what? It's always going to be higher or lower than your present value? Higher, unless you're being taken advantage of. So,
The nearest dollar.
huh?
It says round to the nearest dollar.
Okay, then that'd be 13,702. So, that's a pretty good test question. The only reason I don't like it, it's kind of out of the norm. And like you said, like I said, when you're working with compound interest all the time and you get that 59%, that might throw you a loop. Does anybody understand what the heck I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you, one person. I appreciate it. 99% is not paying attention anyway.
You know
Next,
that Madagascar movie with the penguins?
what?
You know the penguins in Madagascar?
No.
Well, they
What
just
about
say
it?
smile and wave. Well, that's all I'm doing is like smiling and waving
Okay.
when I get confused.
Okay, that's the same one. This is 3.3, number 7. One type of step function is the greatest integer function denoted by blah, 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 the greatest integer. This is one of those stupid piecewise functions. If f of x is equal to, from 0, find 0.1, graph the domain. You can actually graph this in your calculator, okay? I'm just going to show you what it looks like. There. That's what it looks like. It's a stepwise function, piecewise function. Remember me telling you about the red lights?
Yes.
Okay? That's the red light. So it's going to be this function from negative infinity to positive infinity. Now, they tell you graph the function for negative 4 to 4. All right? So negative 4 would be right in there, and positive 4 would be right here. Okay? This one says negative 5 to 5. All right? On your calculator, you should be able to graph f of x is equal to the greatest integer of x, and then type in, and did somebody ever see on your calculator whether you use a comma or what to type in the domain? Did
I used
anybody
a
ever
comma.
find that out?
I used it.
I'm sorry, what?
I said I used a comma.
Okay, did it work?
It did for the problem, but like the graph, not so well.
Well, it should do it. But anyway, that's what the function looks like. Will you see this on the test? Probably not. But you should be able to graph it. So make sure you can graph it. So let's see. I don't know if I can graph it or not because I don't do a lot of piecewise functions, but I'll go and see if I can do it for you because I care about y'all.
So sweet.
Yeah. I try not to be rude to y'all because I'd like to be treated like that. Anyway, y is equal. Okay, somebody tell me how to pull up that math. Is it math? It'd be, I got to find the math key. Number, complex, I don't see it.
Trying to bring up brackets.
Yeah, where are the double brackets?
The brackets are the second option for multiplication.
Second function, multiplication. Yeah, but is it double? I don't know if you'll type in double. I think there's a function somewhere. Let me just look up the function. Let's say greatest integer function. TI-84. TI-84 greatest integer function. Be nice if y'all had access to Google, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
This is only for academic gods. Greatest integer function, blah, 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 greatest integer, connect the dots, stock staircase instead of tail. Well, just tell me how to do it.
Watch video.
Yeah, they make you watch a dang video. Why don't they just say what function it is?
It's just different in the different versions of calculators.
I know, but
I found it.
Well, we typed into
That's why I try to find CE all the time, and it's rare.
yeah.
I think I found it.
Which one is it?
It's in math on the numbers column. And it's
Well, at least I was in the right area. Math, second math.
right.
Okay.
Just try math.
Well, I hit math. There's math.
There's the numbers.
Okay, numbers.
And then number 5.
Okay.
Integer?
I don't know. I don't know. X, and then close parentheses, graph. Yep, there it is. Good job.
Well played.
And now let's go to y is equal. And did you try to type in -4 to 4? Where is there? And then, was it inclusive of -4 and 4? Somebody remember? Yeah, that's right. Y'all not paying attention. So
I don't remember.
I honestly don't remember.
-4 is inclusive. So you would type in -4 to 4. And I don't know, where's the brackets at? Because I can't see on this thing. Second multiplication, 4, -4, comma, 4, close brackets. Is that it?
Doesn't
Graph?
work.
Yeah. There is a way you can do it, but I don't know how to do it.
Called option number 1.
Somebody needs to find out. Somebody that's paying attention. Okay? But that's how you set it up. As far as me asking you that on the test, I probably am not. But at least you see what the graph looks like. And all you have to do is just count over, because you know that it's going to be open and closed, closed, open, closed, open. Right? Y'all should know that, because it's a piecewise function. So you're not going to have a piecewise function that's going to be closed or open on both ends. So what you do is you just hit graph, and there's your graph, and then whatever your domain is, you can set your window 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and now you put closed, open, closed, open, closed, open, closed, open. Or you just match it up with whichever graph they're giving you. Does that make sense? I don't want to spend a lot of time on something that I'm probably not going to test you on, but that's how you do it. So if you wanted to, you can go to handy dandy window. Where's window? Window. Go to window and type in -5 and +5 and hit graph. There, does that make you feel better?
Yeah, it looks better.
Okay, and now you can just go from -4 and and that's what the graph looks like. So, at least you know how to graph a stair step now, or a piecewise function. Thank you. Next question. That's 776. It's probably another piecewise. This is what I will test you on. This is the kind of piecewise I'll test you on. So what is this one? Well, you've got, and I want you to be able to sketch it, 5x minus 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We know it's a positive slope. So there's our positive slope. 5 up, 1 over. It's in that direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1. So our line looks like that. Now, what numbers can I use for this function? X is less than or equal to what? 3. So that's 1, that's 2, that's 3. So right here, I've got a closed circle, and I need to erase what? That. Everybody with me?
Yep.
Take away my trace line, because I don't need it anymore. Okay, so there's that function. And then x squared. Well, what does our x squared function look like? X squared function looks like this. And it says x is greater than 3, so it's probably going to look something like that. And this is a open circle, but the open circle cancels out the what? The closed circle, or it's going to be something like that. So I would say it's probably D. No, wouldn't be D, so it might be C, oh, it's B. Because you don't have a what? this cancels out, the open circle cancels out the what? I mean, the closed circle cancels out the what? Now, I know you can do this on your calculator because I've done it before, but I can't remember how to do the, I know you use the, I wish I could remember, but I can't, so I suck. I'll try to remember it for Thursday. But let me see if I can pull it up. I'm going to try it one more time. Okay, here it is. And what's the first one? Graph y is equal to, what was it? 5x? 5x plus minus 6 or minus what? Minus 6? Minus 6. And you're supposed to put something like I thought it was a comma. And what is x greater than? X
No, X
is less than,
or equal to 3.
and that's the math function, or second math. How did I get that? No. How did I get second? Is it second math? There she is. Less than, is it less than or equal to? Less than or equal to, what was the number?
3.
3. Yes, if I move this calculator, it won't work. So that's why, and I can't remember, that's it. And then you type in x squared, comma, and x is what? Second math, greater than 3. And I'm going to do that one in dash. Okay, and graph. I don't know how to do it, but you can do it. And I'll try to find it for Thursday for your other questions. Somebody knows how to do it, but they won't tell me because they're not going to talk to me. But somebody knows how to do it. I know it's either a comma, it may be parentheses. I can't remember. So let me try parentheses right quick. Let me try comma, parentheses, insert, parentheses, close parentheses, and then go down here and put in insert, second, insert, parentheses. One of them. So does anybody know? Does anybody want to throw it out?
Honestly,
Okay.
didn't use a calculator. I just guessed.
I'll look it up, but there is a way you can do it, and I can't remember how to do it right now. So what you want to do is go to, and I know y'all don't have access to this, but maybe you might can find a bootleg way to get onto Google and maybe type in TI-84 and type in piecewise graphing piece. Are y'all finished packing up? Okay, well, I'd appreciate it if you could just keep quiet, please. If you're going to be rude, at least be rude quietly. Hey, God, y'all are some rude-ass people. It's all right. One day it'll pay off. You're going to get somebody that you can't work with and going to get your ass fired is what's going to happen. Anyway, there it is. How to graph piecewise functions. But you got to put inequality. There is, it's going to look something like that. So look at the way they do it. I think they just find it. You should be able to do it, and I can't remember because it's been 2 or 3 semesters since I did it last. And I don't, sleep with the calculator, so I don't know, I don't know how to, I don't know, twirl it around on your finger like y'all do. So hopefully y'all can figure it out. I know it is something with a graphing a piecewise function. I'm just going to look right here.